What's up, everybody? Wow, happy Tuesday. We're coming in hot. We're having a pump today, and things are looking a little bit brighter for the crypto markets. Even though just this morning I saw so many people in chats on X everywhere being like, this bull market is over, pack up your bags, go home. It's never felt worse. There's still so much doom and gloom on the timeline. So I wanted to come to you today with something a little bit different, and that is we want to look at more indicators and more confluence, hence the title. This is urgent. This very well could be the last dip before the rip in a monstrous way. And you don't want to miss that. All I hear from everybody that I talk to is, oh, yeah, I'm not interested because I'm too late. And imagine the FOMO that is going to come pouring in when all of the people that believe they were too late to the party decide to jump in and chase that green candle. Now, hopefully we could save each and every one of them, but we can't. But you on this channel will be prepared for it, which is why we want to come to you today with a little bit of always unique looks at the market. Rob will be back today with some of his analysis as well as the top altcoin plays, and a lot of the calls that he has on our Discord have been popping off, guys. So do sign up to the Hive Discord. It's open to everyone for a limited time, maybe one more week before we close it, and we'll have different requirements. So do take advantage, join that, and you're going to have access to some of the best analysts in the space, including Rob himself, who's on Monday through Friday every single day here, guys. So today, per the title, we're going to be looking at the indicator that every time that has flashed, or more, it's more like confluence. Every time we've seen this happen, Bitcoin has gone on a major tear, and it's why I'm not convinced we're anywhere close to a bear market. Now, does that mean this correction is over? No. And I'm going to show you some things as to maybe why not in a minute, but we are very, very close, guys. So do not give up here. It's all about to happen. So I'm going to show you a few things, just a few pieces to set the tone here before we invite Rob to the stage, okay? First off, we've got legendary investor Ray Dalio saying everyone should hold 15% of their assets in Bitcoin. I mean, he's right up there with Warren Buffett as far as just a traditional guy, right? And he's saying 15% of your assets. I mean, that is absolutely enormous. That's huge, right? So all of that combined, I want to just show you how many billionaires and millionaires have been created from Bitcoin already and that will be created. So we've got 36 billionaires, 450 centimillionaires, and 240,000 millionaires. That's like the biggest wealth generation in history, right? And we're still in the midst of that. It's happening now. On some other news, we've got gold that just falls 6.3%, the largest single day drop since April 2013. Ouch, that's volatility right there for gold. However, on the flip side of that, don't forget this chart, right, that we were examining that shows that when gold topped in 2020, after the pandemic was sort of peaking, that's when Bitcoin had its parabolic tear. Now, is this the top for gold this cycle? We're going to see. We're going to see, because if that's true, then we could be seeing the biggest rip for Bitcoin yet this cycle anyway. So we have a lot of bullishness in our favor. And also, don't forget how many times on the way up has everybody said it's over. I mean, it's just like every single cycle, like clockwork. So don't get shaken out by all the noise in your timeline, because emotions are noise as well. So tune those emotions out and stick to the plan and stick to what you know and stick to what you're learning here on this channel, right? Like we are giving you the tools to succeed. So don't fade that, and don't not pay attention to that, right? So that's what I want to say to you today. And So yeah, that's sort of where we're at now. Rob is going to be on for a very special sort of analysis now to guide you through where we may be headed based on a few key indicators. Now, one thing I will say before we start that too is that the new moon, or the bearish moon, so to speak, came out today. I don't know if anybody looks at that, but it's just other indicators. And in the last 3 per Eric Crown stats, we've gone down on average 8% for Bitcoin. So that would be about $102,000. Now, yesterday I showed you that Bitcoin sort of likes to dance around the 200-day moving average before it then breaks above, holds support, and rips up. And as we go further on in the cycle, it seems to be less and less time that it takes to consolidate and dance around that level. But do be prepared. We could have another drop back down, and that's just part of the game, guys. But I do think we are far from over. And on that note, let's get Rob up here. Rob, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How are you doing today?
Oh, we're happy. We're happy to have you back on. People were missing you yesterday and really excited for your unique analysis today that we're going to be
I
going
actually haven't
over.
got to make the chart yet because I was stuck at the doctor's office later than I anticipated. I'm getting some back work done. I got some back injuries that I'm taking care of, some blown disc. So I was there a little bit later than I expected for my first treatment to get my nerve released. So I don't have that made just yet, but I do got some other charts in there as well too. But
Okay.
the one that I was looking to do today, it's called I call it the ninth law of Bitcoin. It's really
Yes.
exciting. So that
Yes.
might be we might be doing that one tomorrow, I think. So I got to finish making up the chart so you guys can see it. But it's
Right.
really exciting, and it's something that's historically happened every bull run, and we're right now basically in the ninth inning, and it's really exciting for what comes after this stage here. It's the most exciting part of for crypto there is. So we're gonna save that one for tomorrow, I think.
Right, right. So then you'll just have to tune in tomorrow to get that. We are going to do obviously Bitcoin and altcoin analysis today for this show, but it's really exciting because just know that even though we're not going to give you the juice on that indicator or that confluence of the ninth inning, the ninth law of Bitcoin. Okay, the first rule of Bitcoin is you talk about Bitcoin to everyone and everywhere, and the ninth rule, the ninth law, is that Bitcoin is about to absolutely rip and go parabolic, or at least that's what history says. Right. So we are currently in the ninth inning, guys. Don't fade it. Don't sleep on it. Don't F this up, like it says in the thumbnail, right? Like this is your chance. Don't do it. So as Rob is preparing his charts here, he has been calling all day. I'm just going to share my screen and show you the Discord. If you just pay attention to Discord, I mean, Rob is making very important updates, and we've had some of those setups pop today. So, you have access to this right now for free for the time being. About 1 week more, we're going to keep it open. So the link is in the description below, the Hive Discord. Okay. So go and join the Hive, guys. We're going to have a lot of surprises for you there. So let me just share my screen here. And I'm going to show you some of the setups that Rob has been posting because it's been absolutely wild. And a lot of them have been popping off today. So let's have a look at that. Yep, see my screen. So here's the Hive, okay? And this is, if you see here, you'll come into the welcome channel and then you'll see a couple of different channels. One of them is Crypto Gents, and that's where Rob and a talented team of traders are posting. And as you can see, some of the leverage posts that they made today, XRP, which is still on the verge of breaking out, if I'm not corrected. I haven't gotten that notification yet, but this is a setup that's ready to play out, leverage play. So I'll let Rob go through that later. But we're also getting profits here on Horizon, on Zen, and a lot of the signals that are firing off, and we're taking profits, right? So like you're getting these signals for free, and look at this. FF came back and retested the entry while I was sleeping, and then hit 1 and 2 again. Now TP3. So
Yeah,
Falcon
FF hit
finally.
all TPs today. It's all the way up.
Wild. So these are setups that Rob is posting as the day goes by, and you guys can be taking advantage of that and getting in on those moves for right now for free in the Discord. Is that's the value that we're providing for you. And if you don't know how to trade, we also have a beginning trader's guide that you can have access to if you sign up to BYDeFi, which is the link in the description below. No KYC. You can use your Gmail, so it's super easy to do. We'll get you started with that course. We are in the works of developing an intermediate and advanced course with Rob's secret sauce, so that's potentially in the works. And we got a lot going on, guys. So just make sure you get involved there, and we're gonna have a party, like I always say. I just want to shout out to John Moontime. That's right. Peter, just like how retail lined up for gold at its all-time high, and they shall do the same for Bitcoin. In crypto, when the latter inevitably takes off later this Q4. Absolutely. I mean, I'm 100% with you right there, Peter. And that's why we're like hitting you over the head with it, right? Like just keep coming out, like showing you all the confluence that says that this run hasn't peaked yet. And until proven otherwise, we're going to keep saying that, right? Graham, what's up? Graham in the house from New Zealand. Let's hope this is the start of something good. Go ADA and HBAR. ADA and HBAR are foundational pillars for me anyway, and I think they're going to do very, very well. And yeah, I mean, you might have to have some more patience here as we kind of try to figure out where Bitcoin's going to settle before it rips. But we have plenty of patience. I mean, we've been waiting years for this, right? We can wait a few more weeks to months, in my opinion. Real Ice Bear, what's up? Ready for the banana phase? Yeah, what did you call it, Rob? You called it like the second banana zone, or you called it something the other
I
day.
pulled that chart whenever we're doing it. Sometimes I don't
Yeah.
remember. I just have it all written down on charts, all these thought processes I go
Yeah, yeah.
through.
I remember you had a whole thing about the banana phase. So El Gamed, what's up? Welcome to
That's
the
also going
house.
to go tomorrow with the ninth law of Bitcoin as well too. That this is something that I just recently discovered, and it's just something that's historical. I'm really excited about. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to tell you guys tomorrow about it.
Yeah, and it's fun because nobody's going over this type of analysis. So you'll get a completely unique viewpoint. And Rob is really talented. So I'm excited to show that to you guys tomorrow. So you must tune in 3:30. And Rob, shall we add your charts to the stage?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, let's see. Where are they here? I think they're
Yep.
here. Yeah. Okay. Let's do
Oh,
this.
all right, guys. So, yeah, this is one of the higher time frame ones here, just to kind of go with that. Bitcoin is not in a bear market, yet at least. And this here is just a very simple chart where I'm in, where you can see this is the SMA 200, the white line, that's the yellow line. The white line is the SMA 100, and the SMA 50 is the red line. This whole bull market, we held the 50. So we just retested the 50. And every time we came and retested, that's when we had our barrel. After that, we had our parabolic move to the upside each time. So on this bull market and on others as well, too. So, and this blue line here, this is actually a paid indicator that I use as well, too, that you're supposed to use as a following stop loss or a trend trace or something like that. And you sit there, you can see how whenever it will spike out and turn red, and followed all the way down, and it spiked out down here, turned blue, and it's been falling all the way up, and it kind of goes right in line with the SMA 50 as well too. And it was actually a little bit beneath it, so I was actually kind of hoping that we could kind of test that, but that was at $92,000, so that's a little bit too low for me. Compared to the SMA 50, or a wick down there would have been good as well too. So this is the 50-day chart, and you can see the different colors in my charts right now don't look like typical charts as well too. So I posted this in group last week before we closed, that we're looking for the close above here, and the colors I was just mentioning, the whenever it's green, it means bullish. Whenever it's purple, it means it's indecision time, and whenever it turns red, it stays red. That means it's basically in a bear. You can see how his whole the whole bull market, all my candles were green over here. Then once we lost here, we kind of went into indecision mood, so blue and purplish colors, but we never went to a bear. We retested the 50, came back up, turned green. We got that bull trap. We lost to 50, candles turned red, and we got that red line. We got none of that. The candles are still green on this pullback. Other candle and the other pullbacks, the candles flip from purple to green, and these are all just based on momentum and stuff like that. And we still have yet to even get a purple color in this here, and everybody's in complete fear saying it's a bear market, and we have zero indications on this chart. Now there's X's on here too, and those are sitting there saying if you open up a long, that's where you're supposed to take profit. So take profit here, take profit here, take profit here. If you bought down low, take profit over here. And we got zero X's up on here as well too. So I'm getting zero take profit signals as well. So that's
this is
something
an interesting indicator.
What's
very
that?
interesting, very interesting indicator, and interesting that we haven't had any purple or blue this year and no X's. I mean, that's just more confluence to all of the confluence that we've been showing on this channel while we're screaming, hey, we're not in a bear. And Richard, I don't know if you meant don't get ahead of yourself about calling a bear. Don't worry. We're definitely not ahead of ourselves on that. In fact, we're showing all of the indicators on this channel as to why we believe we're not there yet and nowhere near it, and still a lot of room in the tank to run, right? So I don't know if that's what you meant, but that's like what we've been showing on the channel, is just like, what can we expect? Now, that doesn't mean we won't have any more dips down, or we won't go down further. It just means that as of now, there are no indicators flashing that say that this bull is anywhere close to being over, right? The only indicator
idea for bear market right now, see this red line going right here, we have bearish divergence on oscillators, but we've had that for a very long time. Eventually, yes, we are going to have that play out, but we're not getting confluence of indicators. So I can say that is the bear signal that most people are talking about right now, or they just think because the 4-year cycle that, hey, a 4-year cycle is ending in the next 2 months, so we're in bear right now, which we still got 2 months left of the 4-year cycle, the halving cycle. So 2 more months, that's long enough for alts to make ridiculous moves.
Massive gains. I mean, that's when they make all of their gains in the last 20% of the cycle. And that's what I was going to say. The only sort of like indicator we could have is to say maybe the cycle will be over in traditional sense is the 4-year cycle. And I think actually the 1,060 days or however long it was actually this week. So, I mean, I just don't think that's what's playing out here at all this cycle. And time wise. Yeah. Yeah. And time wise also is sort of like everybody, this is like the hardest, I think, bull market that we've been through, because time is just killing people. That slow bleed on the alts and not having that pump, it just makes people fold and give up. And I think like the longer we accumulate like that, the better it will be for the market, because like there's no euphoria right now, that's for sure. Like you said, Rob, there's only fear.
Yeah, and you typically don't end a bull market in fear. So,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
typically you end it in greed. You don't start, it's not, and our fear levels, like, I think last time I checked was like 25, 21, 29.
Yeah.
So, very, very extreme fear. And you also, like, this is the weekly chart. You don't start you don't end the bull market when the Stosh RSI is down underneath 20. Like, you start it up in this area or up in this area. And the oscillators are just basically, yeah, this isn't the time where you'd actually start. You'd look to start, basically, is what I'm basically saying.
Right. And also there's a thing where there's not enough momentum to tank Bitcoin that much further, right? If you have all the indicators on the floor, potentially, like there's just like there has to be uh like indicators that are showing that we're ready for a big dump. I don't know. It just it feels like you're right about what you're saying. Amanim, what's up? Welcome to the channel. I haven't seen you in a bit. John, don't give up, people. I'll hold your ADA and ETH. Send them. That's right. Diamond hands, baby.
All right, so
So
I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, I'm gonna go in the Discord, 'cause I made a bunch of actually charts in the Discord I want to go over on
yeah, let's do
Bitcoin.
it.
So, and I posted some today. So we're on this one right here, USDT.T, and this is basically a symmetrical triangle right now that we're in. We're basically close to the middle, up close to the upper top trend line. Now we get up here, or if we get rejected from this area as well too. So I drew this white box saying there's just a lot of resistance in this area. So we get up in this area, we get rejected, we break down. That's gonna be the best for the bulls. Now, if this does break up, that's gonna be best for the bears, and then we'll be looking to do a lot more shorting if we do that. But right now, this is sitting there just saying, wait, don't make any decisions right now. We're kind of in the middle right here. We get rejected here, start going down, then we can start to say we're going to start getting really bullish. But
Right.
that's just a very good chart to keep your eyes on to and use for confluence.
Right. And that new moon that I spoke about, and just like the statistics and stuff, like we could get a few weeks more of correction or consolidation or whatever it may be. But I would consider that for myself more of a buying opportunity and more time to get prepared for what's coming, right?
I'll do that chart for that next. I made one
Okay.
earlier today, actually.
All right, let's go. I think if you maximize your screen, we'll see it a little bit better. The green arrow up there to the left.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
All
Perfect.
right. So this is Bitcoin one day, and I posted this one yesterday. We did come back down. We actually retested the SMA 200 already, but I wanted to show this chart, some of the charts that we're showing here. So we barely broke the 1 day 9. We closed above the lower point on it. We're still pointing down a little bit, and we're looking for the retest and the fill of this fair value gap, which we did. And right now, it looks like it's probably going to be long wicking from this 1 day SMA 200 retest. Now, what we have here are 3 white soldiers, and that is a reversal pattern that we're looking at right now. So after a downtrend, you're looking for reversal signals. So right there is a reversal signal right there. And I also have the line right here showing the volume. Each day we got one of these white soldiers. We had increasing volume, showing that people were buying higher and higher. We got increasing volume with the increasing price is typically a bullish thing. Now, the oscillators in the 1 day, we want the Stosh RSI to get above 20 on both lines. I don't consider this a bullish crossover, because if you go and read the rules of it, that's not considered a bullish cross confirmed until these lines get a little bit higher, or else you kind of fake out like this over here. So you don't sit there and say, oh, bullishly crossed over, until you get the lines up a little bit higher above 20. You can say, all right, it's kind of confirmed. And once you get above 50, that's when it starts bringing in the bullish momentum. So we got some more work on there. The RSI, we are above 40, which is good. So we're making a range above 40. Usually go from 40 to 80 is usually a good bullish range for a bull market. That's from Fidelity. I read that from. I'll find that for you guys on maybe the next YouTube and show you guys that, or I'll post it in Discord. This is actually Fidelity's rules, not mine. They say from 40 to 80 is bull market range on the RSI. So you're looking for a range like that. Then what is it, 50 to 20 or 10 or something like that is bear market range. So you're looking for those ranges around there. You don't want to go all the way down to oversold. That means you have RSI stands for relative strength index. That means you are losing all your strength, and you're going to start getting impulse moves to the downside if you start ranging from 20 to 50. So the 50, you'll actually open up short down to 20 or something like that, and you get those impulse moves to the downside. So we want to see these higher level, this 40 level, 35, 40 level to basically hold on Bitcoin to start our next impulse, get our next moves to the upside. MACD's very simple. It's MACD's all made from moving averages, and we're starting to curl up, and we're looking for those bullish divergences on moving averages, or some people call them golden crosses, basically. But these are just different moving averages that we're starting to get divergence to the bullish side, and we're looking for confirmation with that. And I usually like having all of those with the 1-day 9 to help my confirmations.
Guys, here's the alpha right there. That's all you need to know, right? Like you've got the whole picture right here in the daily chart, right? Because we want to look at higher time frames, even weekly. Rob showed us before, but this is like the real alpha, right? Like the thing you mentioned in Fidelity, we will post that in Discord. That's very interesting as well. And just these things that people don't talk about, I feel like it's sort of an echo chamber sometimes in YouTube, and I think it's interesting to look at these at Bitcoin from different angles, and that's what Rob is really good at. So if you appreciate that, guys, smash the like, hit the subscribe, notification bell, share the stream, and let's rock and roll. Also, if you want to support Rob and the channel, you can sign up for BYDeFi below. There's a massive sign up bonus right now for limited time. And Jacek, what's up from Poland? How's it going? Wow, Poland. That's pretty cool. What city are you from in Poland? And by the way, what are you guys drinking? Where are you tuning in from? I forgot to do my ATH cocktail last Friday, so we're going to do it this Friday. We're going to have cocktails. We're going to call it crypto and cocktails. Okay. So pull up with your cocktail or your mocktail if you're not about drinking, and we're going to rock and roll. So, by the way, what do you guys drink for coffee? Do you do cold brews? Are you doing pumpkin spice? I'm sort of maybe looking for a new drink. So let me know.
All right, that sounds good. I want some. Send some over to the U.S. Area so I can have some.
Oh, it's in the works. It's in the works. We have a distillery now in LA. So, yeah, it's going to be blast off soon.
All right.
Yeah.
So now this is the same exact chart that we just looked at, but updated to what I posted yesterday, or what was that? I think yesterday I posted that in the Discord. So we're gonna look at it where it's at now. So we did come down, tested it 1 day SMA 200. Now it's just a long wick, which is good on the bottom side. And now we're looking at the 1 day 9. We're fully body closed above it, which is very good. As the Stosh RSI, we're not where we need to be yet. We need both lines over 20. One line doesn't count. We look for confirmations, and we want that kind of data impact. So we want that to get over higher. So we're still not confirmation on that one there. RSI is now pointing up. We do like how that is pointed up. Price tends to go where this is going to be pointing. So if this is, and once we get over 50, right now we're at a resistance area. So we want this to get a little bit higher, but this is looking strong to me, showing me that strength is coming in the market. And just like I said, now this is actually starting to curve more. The fast line starting to point up, and once that fast line starts pointing up, the slow line, which is the yellow line or orange line right here, is good. And the why am I forgetting names right now? The middle part right here, why can't I think the name of it, is getting lighter, which is meaning bullish momentum is looking to start picking up back in the market. So we're looking to get that momentum. And if you see our volume right now as well too, I delete my charts usually right a little bit after I make them, because I don't like getting stuck on them. Our volume is still going up. We're getting more buying volume today. So I don't see anything scaring me. A nice little bear trap on the 1 day SMA 200 down here, just like we discussed a couple of days ago on the channel. And that typically happens. You want that full body candle close, and just you want confirmation candles underneath it. And we did not get that. And we closed above it and bear trapped everybody when everybody was sitting there saying we were going down to 80K, 90K. It did not happen. We closed above it.
That reminds me of like the 20K and 10K back in the day, right? Like people just calling for these astronomically low numbers, and people are sitting there waiting for those low numbers to happen, and they don't happen, and then we rip up. I mean, that happens often. I really like this 3 white soldiers thing. I've never seen that before, but yeah, that's why I say I like how you're able to pick out, these different sort of points of confluence that help us understand where we're at. And that gives you more conviction, guys, when it gets scary, because you know what to look for. So this is really important. It's like a masterclass every time you're tuning in. So I hope you're taking notes and pulled your popcorn up and whatever you need to just like fully take this in and enjoy it in the process.
Yep. All right. So next, yeah, I mean, three white soldiers is just a basic three. I'm very big on three candlestick patterns. I think they're very great and very powerful in forex or stocks or crypto. I don't see a lot of people use them in crypto very often. But if you're swing trading, like say you want to break the 9, and you get that break of the 9, you typically right before that break of the 9, you're getting a three candlestick bullish pattern. So you could typically look for a shooting star. I think it's a shooting star one. Here, I think I have the indicator with them as well too. Let me check real quick because I can't have them all memorized, but I don't remember the names of them. I just remember what they look like.
Right. You just remember the important part, which is what they mean.
So hammer, inverted candle, bullish engulfing, rising 3, which I think is the same thing as 3 white candles potentially. Oh, 3 white soldiers right here. Is it calling it on there? Is it telling him? Is the indicator picking it up? Actually, the indicator is not picking it up, so I don't know why it isn't. But 3 white soldiers is on there.
Yeah, it's
Morning
about the
star.
volume.
Yep, boy. Yeah, and then tweeds are bottom. So those are just some of them. This indicator is okay. It doesn't work perfect like most
Right.
indicators, but that just
Yeah.
helps you remember names and what to look for. But those are basically bullish reversal candles that are candlestick patterns that take 3 of them. That get an idea of when you can open up a swing long or get confirmation. If you try to front run the swing long, it gives you more of a confirmation just to not do anything on any pullbacks and get scared or anything like that, which is very.
So taking all that into context, what would that mean right now as we're looking at it? Like, when should people start to think about opening a long trade?
I mean, you could start scaling in today after one day close. Then red candles down to the 9 are also very good. Like I was buying today. I've been basically starting to scale in today. I scaled into Floki and Shib.
Is it meme season coming, or what does that mean, Rob?
I believe it's the 401k 9. I think you stack up on it. Elon Musk is tweeting about Floki. I did a leverage trade. I wasn't able to get out in group very easily because I was out doing something, but I got 60% gains just on a break of the 1 hour 9. I bought that at 7x leverage. And once you guys learn my strategy, I can sit there and just post a quick picture real quick. I do that to some of my friends because they know I just sit there and say, eyes on Floki. And I posted, and they're like, 1 day 9 scaling on the retest. I said, yep. I don't have to put anything. And we got gains in the group due to that with some people like that, but it wasn't an official setup because I couldn't really make it. But
right, you didn't have time, but everybody knows the 1 day 9 when it retests.
That was the
That's
1 hour 9 actually.
season.
That
1
was
hour 9. Okay, the 1 hour 9. I mean, very cool.
Elon Musk is tweeting about Floki and his dog taking over, and people are taking that as a signal right there. And you looked at SHIB today. I posted SHIB in group. We're waiting for that to break out. So it might be 401k9 season. Stack up on that 401k9. Look for that dog money.
401k9. Okay, so that's like referring to the dogs meme coins, right? Is that what you mean?
Yep, that's what I mean by that one. 401k9 means it's dog money. Like I don't know which ones are going to go, which one aren't going to go, but if the dogs run together.
All you meme coin degens, Floki, then Doge. If dog coins run together, what else is there?
Floki, Doge, Bonk.
Bonk.
Those are the main ones right there. Yes. So I'm gonna be looking at Bonk here in a little bit. And there's some really small S ones that like the micro caps you don't want to do leverage at all, but put a little bit of money in it and they pump up 100% in a day and then dump next day. So I'll look.
But there is a lot of money to be made in meme coins when they start to run. So we are going to create, some alpha on that and potentially add a channel to the Discord. For those of you who are interested in that, we're thinking about adding that as well. So there'll be more details coming. So stay tuned, but do sign up to the Discord because it's only open to everyone for a limited time. So yeah, guys, you get in there and look around and just soak up all the resources that you can because it's happening now.
All right, so this is the red dots are the new moons. The green dots are the full moons, are the ones that lose you where you get the local lows and local highs. Like you can see, we had it basically kind of reversed on us on this area. So it went against probabilities actually on this last round. But that does happen every once in a while. So I'm going to go over. I think I made a chart on this one earlier today. Let's go ahead and put a vertical line on this one. Like I said, I make a chart and I post it and I delete it. And I think
that's cool. Because you refresh and you come up with the new idea, right?
Well, you have to have confluence in ideas. You can't just go with one idea and say this is the absolute end all. That's ridiculous. Nobody does that. That's major into the markets. They want confluence. You want at least 5 ideas to sit there and say, all right, I'm going to play this idea just due
Right.
to it's confluence on ideas, on direction, on the higher time frames and stuff like that. Just like whenever I open up a trade, I'm usually looking for 4 points of confluence before I open a trade up.
Right. No, I like it. I
Anyway.
like those rules. You got to stick by those rules. So that's good. So what are we looking at here? You're looking for one that went against the odds previously.
Yeah, so right here, that was right over here. So we had the bullish moon right here. We kind of pulled back down. Then we had the bearish moon right here, where it kind of just made us go steady. And then we had the bullish moon. Then we pumped. So we might have another 15 days of some possible chop in this area. And that typically when you get a reversal, you get reversal continuation. What's a continuation pattern do to people? It chops people up, and there is not patient and continuation. So if we're getting the reversal signals down here, reversal on oscillators as well too, and we got the bearish moon, that just means we basically got a reversal. We might need to chop around and make some continuation ideas, build up some strength, and then possibly like right over in here, we get our next pump up, which you can kind of see that happen over right in here as well too. We had that was a bearish one, so it did it pumped on the bearish, then dumped.
Right. But I do like
every 15. I mean, a full moon and a new moon is 15 days away, so it gives you this kind of time confluence of just every 15 days you might get some kind of movement.
Right. And also it's the more confluence is that we're going to get that potential rate cut at the end of this month, and that the highs of October tend to come in the very last days. And that would put us right around 15 days, maybe a little bit less. But so there's confluence there. I mean, there's an idea here. Do we get a Halloween rally? Is it like Pumpvember? What's going to happen here, guys? All I know is that right now it's looking bullish on the higher time frames, and we should, stay focused on that and not on all of the rest of the noise. Right?
Yep. And I just made this pattern. I didn't even look at this pattern until now. Like I just made it instantly. I just do this naturally now. Once you chart so much, it's kind of funny. You start my kid just got home, so you might hear some yelling in the background. But I just made it like you just start connecting dots like as soon as like you see it whenever you've been charting so much. And I just basically connected this dot, this dot, this dot, and this dot. Let me turn off this indicator so you guys know. When I say dots, I mean just pivots.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, go for it.
What's up, Magnus? How's it going? Good to see you here. Such an international audience. I love it. I love it. We're just going over Bitcoin.
It must have good happened in school.
Yeah, they're excited today, huh? Magnus, we're just going over why Bitcoin is, why we're bullish on the higher time frames for Bitcoin, at least with some very special indicators that we've seen. So do watch the beginning of this. But it's a really cool picture that Rob has painted here of what to look for. And don't get shaken out in this next 2 weeks of chop, A, and B, that very well may be the last opportunity we have to accumulate. We don't know. So, do focus on that and focus on all the resources in Discord and keep yourself up to date, guys, because we're going to crush it.
So I'm just looking at this. This is basically just a broadening wedge that we're basically starting to make now. Since we got this pivot down here, we can kind of use it and connect these two pivots. And one of the rules is you can't really go like, so if you're making trend lines, so here's a rule. You can't go like this and then go through. Like that trend line is no longer useful because we bear trapped on it. So now we can sit there and X this trend line out.
Okay.
You might be able to use it for a cool back down retest, but you always want to make everything has to have rules. So my trend lines aren't just put there on where I like them. They're always put basically on closed candles, which is a closed candle chart. And we're basically making a broadening wedge. I can't sit there and go like this really, because that doesn't really work. So we go through candles. This I technically could go through, but I'm not using as much of the price action. And it makes it kind of harder to do, and there ain't nothing that really lines up with it. So now I'm kind of like in this kind of setup right here, which is basically a broadening wedge. If we break out, we're looking at, I just did a measure move, which is a measurement from here from the top trend line to bottom trend line. I put it on there. That's $140,000 if we break out of this pattern. So from here, that's a pretty big move from this reversal idea that we put on here. Let's go ahead and turn it back to candles. From this reversal idea that we're getting down here, all the way up to that measured move, we are looking at a pretty, from right where we're at right now, we're looking at least a 26% move on Bitcoin. Now that's pretty good on Bitcoin, but tomorrow's session when we sit there and talk about the 9 laws of Bitcoin right there, is going to be very, very exciting because I think the this move is going to be a lot more impactful just due to where we're at in the market. On size,
Right.
we can go a lot more than that. And statistically, if this law plays out this cycle, which it has every cycle from what I've seen so far, and I'm going to double check everything tonight as well too with my chart, that this next move is the best move to be in, not the one that you want to sell right before.
Right. And you must be prepared and positioned. And imagine what that's going to do for altcoins. Like Bitcoin's blasting off into new all-time highs. Gold is trickling down. I mean, we've seen this setup before. So it's all coming to fruition now, it seems. Almaneem, by the look of all the data, we're all set to fly, and we will. But problem here is if someone can zip on Trump's mouth, we will rock. Yeah, but maybe it's all part of the plan too. I mean, like I've gone over the theory that they didn't want the uncontrolled asset, which is Bitcoin, to rip before gold had its movement, which is quietly potentially recollateralizing the system and absorbing the debt in the background, right? Higher prices of gold, better for US dollar. There's a lot of theories why. Maybe actually Trump has a method to his madness, but again, we focus on the signal and not the noise. And potentially, him opening his mouth has helped us consolidate in an area where we're building a better foundation and a stronger foundation, right? Rather than just ripping right away. So yeah, I agree with you, but also, maybe it's helpful now if he opens his mouth for the other way, right? And he says that trade wars are over and that I mean, a majority of his net worth is in crypto now. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, the macro stage is set, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly ignore a lot of that noise, and I just pay attention to the charts because no matter what happens, the noise isn't going to change, and it's always going to confuse you. And it's more about just making a system that works for you. If you're going to be a long-term buyer, none of the noise should bother you at all. These dips are usually the best times to buy for a
Right.
long-term holder. If you're a trader, you're trading it both ways. You get dips, you get to do some shorts, you get to do some longs, and you just get in and out. It should never really affect your portfolio too bad if you're managing risk correctly. So I
Right.
mean, either way, it's about having a plan, and planning for both ways. Whatever happens, happens. Because
Absolutely.
No matter what, something's going to happen. It's going to go up or down. So all you have to do is make a plan for if it pulls back or if it goes up. If it pulls back, are you shorting it, or are you going to be buying more whenever you get the signal to go long again? Or vice versa. When it starts pumping, do you have a take profit strategy, which I think is typically what most people need in the crypto market, because most people will just round trip everything, every bull market
Right.
from what I had. I talked to way too many people. It's been in the space longer than I have. That's made way less money than I have. That's traded in easier markets than I have because they just held everything and they thought it was going to go higher all the time, and they didn't have a profit taking system.
Right.
And luckily for me, I actually didn't get into crypto because I liked crypto or because I invested in it. I actually got in it when I was doing some bad things really happened in life, and I needed to make money. And I was like, oh, I could sit there and draw trend lines on this here and hit buy and sell. So I actually never did investing into crypto. I've always traded it, and that's made me especially. I started trading. I actually really started trading during the last bull market, made some really good money, and I made some mistakes towards the end during the bear market. Then I actually had a neighbor that shorted a coin and made money. I was like, wait a second, you made money on this pullback? He goes, yeah, I didn't know what shorting was. I'm like, what'd you do? He goes, I shorted it. I'm like, what? And he doesn't even trade. He just did it for fun. He
Right.
just understood how to shorten. He said, oh, he's hit the short button, and he just did it for fun and stuff like that, and made like $500. I was like, wait, you made money going the downside? I'm like, that's amazing. I'm like, how did you do that? He's like, oh, you just press this button. I was like, so that's why they have bearish patterns? I thought bearish patterns were for nailing the pullback buys.
Hey, that's a different way of thinking about it. And Rob's story is truly incredible, you guys. How he's been able to build himself up from literally scratch, from zero. And you have him as a mentor now in our Discord, so you must sign up. I mean, I can't stress that enough. And just get on board, man. Raw Food Writer, let's go. He's having a party already. I like it. I can barely wait till Friday when we have our crypto and cocktails. But yeah, Almaneem, I agree with you, man. Like, it's funny when he speaks, and it's frustrating sometimes, but is sort of a pro, Trump, and he seems to be understanding how to navigate it as of right now. So let's see what his next move is. But there's a lot of potential bullishness coming out. And Raw Food Writer, you pulled up right into the right minute, because we're just talking about the power of trading. And I think a lot of people equate trading with sitting there and staring at charts and watching candles go up and down. nonstop. And that's actually not what it has to be at all. And that's not how Rob like built himself up brick by brick to where he is now. He sets his indicators, he sets it and forgets it. And when they go off, he does his thing, makes his move according to plan, and has made a lot of money doing so. Right, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, if you go in the if you go into let's just look at some of the charts in group, and I kind of do it on purpose. So this is a cell phone saying all take profits hit. Now you go back through that, you can sit there and go. My first chart was made on my computer, so I'm not making charts on my computer. I'm just updating on my cell phone, like you can see my computer charts right here, but I'm just updating on my cell phone because I'm out and about doing something. I was at a back doctor today updating. I had a 2.5 hour back doctor because I just found out I had blown disc in my back. So I'm trying to get healed up from that. And I was sitting there just doing updates from there basically on my cell phone because that's what I do. I don't sit there and watch the charts all day at a computer chair. Whenever I'm outside with the kids and when my alert goes off, I usually I either set my take profits or I set alerts on where my targets are at. And I sit there and say, next take profit. And I take some profits and I say, move your stops up a little bit, or at least put them at break even or something like that. So you don't have to sit there and stare at charts because no matter what happens, like this entry this entry hasn't happened yet. I actually did a 1 day 9 break and got some good gains.
Let's click on that and make that bigger there so they can see it.
But like this one right here, like this hasn't even I have an alert on this green line. It got rejected, came back down into here, and then it's starting to move back up. So we're just waiting for that to break right there for the entry on here. Now, if we get another pullback down, I might do a front run entry because we're making higher lows the whole time that we're doing this. So these are the type of things that you just set alerts on, and whenever you get the signal, that's whenever you take entry. And you can't guarantee that you're going to be sitting at those price levels at your computer. So you got to learn how to do it wherever you're at because crypto is nonstop and it takes 2 minutes whenever you get your alert, you look at it, you place your entry, you put your stop in, and you just go back to what you're doing.
Right. Yeah. So it's a powerful tool, guys. And you can literally come back from anything. You can build your way back if you've got wrecked on this last, crazy manipulation that's been happening. If you're just starting, you can really change your life by learning these skills. And that's why I want to emphasize that here on this channel and in the group, because it's something that everybody, even long-term investors, should understand. So you can get a better entry, right? Or your exits. It's important no matter what.
100%. So yeah, here's the FF chart. Made it on my computer here. Had the entry here. I think we got rejected. Came back down. We broke out. Hit some take profits. Came back down. Retested and hit all the take profits today. So that was basically a chart here. And it's up. I can't squeeze the trigger for you, but that's up to you. And you can sit there and I even said FF came back down, retested while I was sleeping. I even put things that I'm doing during the time because sometimes I miss trades because I'm sleeping. And I want you guys to know that that's normal. You're going to miss trades as well too because you're sleeping. And all you got to do is wait for the next setup to kind of play out, which we have more set. And we're waiting for SHIB. We're waiting for XRP. So it's just part of the game. So I also have some real life details sometimes in my messages because I don't want anybody feeling like they miss out because something just played. It's no, sometimes I miss it too because legitimately I'm doing something to where I couldn't even check my alerts, and it's all part of the game. And that's what happens. There's always another trade. There's always another trade coming up, either long or short.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're just getting ready now. I mean, soon we may have that explosive next wave up. And it seems that we could be getting ready for that now as gold is sort of pulling back, potentially topped.
I'm looking at gold right now, actually.
Okay, let's have a look.
So I haven't looked at gold for a few days, and I know some people were. So one of my favorite traders I watch that trades gold and stuff like that, he actually shorted gold up here, and it came back up and stopped him out, and then did the move. So I mean, and he's a 7-figure trader. He's really good, and so I'm just letting you guys know, and he's pretty honest and open as well too. Whenever that kind of stuff happens to him, because he said I put my stops at break even and went to bed. He wasn't watching it all night, He actually stopped out sleeping at break even, and then it made a big move down. But
you can't catch them all, but we do catch a lot of them. So it's all about numbers and hit rates in trading as well.
Yep. So basically, we're looking for this close. We're looking at close at the 1 day 9. So you look at this 1 day 9. It's on this screen as well too. I have them on all of it. Once we start holding support, we held for support all the way up to here. Now we're looking at a reversal pattern. We're looking at a bearish engulfing candle as of right now. But once we break this 1 day 9, we may come back up and bearishly retest and go down. But in my opinion, we don't have to do that exactly on this one here because we do have a bearish fair value gap if we close right here, and that is actually going to be above the 9. So a little bit of dancing queen on it first would be good. Do I have oscillators on this chart? No, I do not. Let me go ahead and draw what a fair value gap is going to be. I don't have my indicator on here for fair value gap, I think, which is fine. I just draw it. I have indicators for everything, but I could manually draw it as well too.
All right.
So the fair value gap starts at the wick of the previous candle, and we're going to be going probably towards the center line of this candle. It's going to be somewhere right around in here. So we could potentially, so if people were sitting there right now, the theory is these are going to be inverse. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of people saying that
Right.
are bullish on Bitcoin. Their theory is these are inverse right now. And this is a reversal pattern. We got a reversal pattern on Bitcoin. So I'm going to agree with that theory. Like, so the charts are telling me the same thing too. So that's definitely agreeable here, but it doesn't mean that we're just going to sit there and drop straight down. It means we can go down to here, come up to here, and then start kind of making our drops. It's not going to be that severe because it's gold. But I'm just
sort of sorry I didn't mean to take your chart up, but it's sort of reminiscent of this. I was trying to pull it up next to it. But right, like, you know, as we see gold top, we sort of see Bitcoin start to like chop around to the right and then make its way up. And gold didn't go straight down when it topped in 2020 either. So it sort of seems like that chart. Let me pull your charts back up here. And that's what it looks like to me.
But what I'm sitting there saying is you don't have to sit there and listen to what people were saying about that. Like, I heard it. So what I did is I just pulled up both next to each other. All right, we got green candle. We got a green candle today, some green candles beforehand. And today's our first major red candle on gold. That's going to be a bearish engulfing candle at daily close here, daily close in 38 minutes and 7 seconds. Yeah, it's 1 day chart. And so the time right there is always right there to your right hand side for whenever charts close. That for that time frame that you're on, just so you know.
Right.
And then we have the 3 white soldiers. So we have a bullish reversal idea down in here on Bitcoin. So I can sit there and say the charts, or I'm not sitting there saying some KOL is telling me this. I can sit there and say the charts are telling me that these are actually responding in an inverse way, which is bullish for Bitcoin. And
right. I think the bottom line is you understand, or you can back it up with your own data, why some people may be saying this. So you can see for yourself, and you can go through the charts and actually pinpoint the confluence that shows that could be what's playing out.
Yep. So right there, yeah, I'm going to agree with them. The charts agree with them. And that's where I never like saying I like saying things. I like saying the chart's saying this to me. So very, very, very excited on this one here, just to sit there. I'm excited for more on what's going to be coming, which we're going to be talking more about tomorrow. So.
Oh yeah. And Raw Food Writer says, I heard big players were hopefully selling gold and buy Bitcoin with profits. I mean, that has happened in previous cycles, and it does sort of make sense, right? As like you may expect Bitcoin to start catching up with gold after gold is topped. So yeah, that could be. What if it was the US, right? Because, you know, the US has to buy Bitcoin only with tax budget neutral funds, right? So they can't use taxpayer dollars. But, you know, this repricing of gold to the upside, could we now see some of that gold flow into Bitcoin? I think they can use gold to buy Bitcoin. That would be massive, and that would be like a huge catalyst, right? So that's a potential theory for the next wave up. That would be so cool.
So that's called a rotation. And also too, like, I don't think Bitcoin is trying to catch up to. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion piece. If I've read a lot on Fidelity sites and stuff like that, there's a thing called rotational trading. So big money, they like to rotate money into what's going up. So if Bitcoin's been going up and it's getting ready to go down, they want to rotate it, and the next thing that's going to be going up. So that's just rotational trading on a bigger level. It's a lot easier for hedge funds that actually, or not hedge funds, but big money like Fidelity and stuff like that, to just rotate and what's going up for the next season or the next thing. So it's really, and that's what we tried doing in crypto on altcoins, but that's been really challenging this season on knowing what's going to pop.
Yeah.
But
it has. There's been a lot of shenanigans, a lot of weird stuff happening.
But the big money players, they basically know what seasons to rotate into what. So their goal is to always be beating inflation and beating beating what's in the most gains. Is it going to be electric? Is it going to be stocks? Is it going to be risk on stocks, risk off stocks? Is it going to be the the tech stocks? Is it going to be gold? Is it going to be silver? Is it going to be crypto? So they're going to be playing the rotation game. And so basically that's my goal, is to figure out where they're going to be rotating next. And so in my opinion piece would be maybe it's not Bitcoin's trying to catch up to the goal. It's that big money is just trying to increase. They're not trying to make money. They're trying to increase their buying power by rotating in something that's going to be going up versus the other.
I like that. So the traditional notion of catching up is more rotation, and they're just trying to compound their gains, right, into assets that maybe haven't run as hard as other assets.
Yep, increase their buying power. That's
Yeah.
the whole idea.
I like it. I like it. So let's ride the waves with those whales. Rob is going to keep us updated on those rotations, as he sees them and as he can call them. So you're in good hands here to ride those waves. And I see you're looking at one other Bitcoin chart here now, right? Multiple time frames.
Yep. So this is my multiple time frames chart. This is something I usually post probably twice a day, at least in group. I try sometimes 3, depending on what it is. And this just gives you lots of metrics from 5-minute all the way up to 3-day. These are all actually paid indicators that I put onto one page and one screen. So this isn't something you just get for free off of TradingView. But anyway, so basically, whenever I post this, you can kind of look at it and get an idea for whenever you want to take a entry. Now, what we were saying with gold, with the last chart, we said gold might go back up and bearishly retest, and Bitcoin could come back down and bullishly retest. And this is kind of show me that one here. So this is basically a specialized oscillator down here from 5-minute all the way down to 3-day. And we're looking at down signals all the way up to the 2-hour chart as of right now. So we're getting kind of oversold, overbought, overflow. And it is saying that we are having reversals in the lower time frames, but we're looking to go down. That's basically just means retesting is what we're kind of looking at. Then this here is a price. The one to the right, bottom right, is more of price action signals. So Bosch and Chach, once you're in the group, I'll probably do some trainings on that one. But those are just different price action names. So when we look at like the mid time frames right now, we got bullish change of characters. Chach, CHOCH, means a change of character, which basically means reversal in the mid time frames. And boss means break of structure, means it's confirmed that reversal that we started a uptrend. So we got the mid time frames, and typically once you get those, you get a pullback to come back down and retest support, which the oscillator is showing that as well too. So once you get a Chach, you're looking for that pullback entry. You get a boss, you're looking for a pullback entry after that. Then up in here is just a signals thing that uses all kinds of stuff in here, and just saying that, hey, we're getting exit and short signals, low time frames, but our high time frames are getting buy signals. Higher mid time frames, I would say, are getting buy signals. So typically when you get this buy signals, you get that pullback for a buy, which they're all kind of going in confluence as of right now. And that goes with the bearish retest in the next couple of days on this chart here that we're showing. If that gets that bearish retest, those are going inverse. We could kind of look for that chop, that consolidation after the 3 white soldiers on this area. So that's kind of area that I'm kind of going for as of right now in confluence. And that goes to that. We got that sell moon saying that we don't want to move up right now. We just need to consolidate.
Okay, so that's the message. Sit tight, consolidate, plan, attack. These next 2 weeks are essential, guys. These next couple of months could be life-changing for many, and it's important to have a plan and to get ready. And what will you do with those profits? When will you take those profits? Like, what is your guys' strategy right now? Let me know in the comments. What are you doing? Are you buying? Are you sitting tight? Do you have money to buy the dip? You want to trade your way up to be able to. A lot of people, they'll trade and then they'll put profits into long-term holds or into Bitcoin. Like, there's so many different strategies. It's important to get strategies on point. And on that note, also, I'm just going to share my screen again because I did talk about this yesterday, but I want to remind you guys. Here's my screen here. So is it sharing now? Yeah. So let's see.
I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, I got to remove yours first, I think. There we go. So I'm going to share mine now. There it is. Okay. So I did talk about this yesterday, and that's iTrustCapital. So it's important to have a plan all along the way. But one thing that Rob has been really great about and that he talks a lot about on this channel is like taking profits and putting it into something real or putting it into some future investment or taking care of yourself, right? And that's why I find it essential for people to start considering an IRA, and particularly a crypto IRA. So that's why we partnered with iTrustCapital, and we have a really big premium going for you guys right now and reward for you, rewarding your future self, essentially. So you can fund your account. If you fund your account, you get $100 funding bonus from iTrustCapital, and we will give you an extra additional $100 to trade with on BYDFi when you sign up to the link below. So it's a really good deal, you guys. And they have like 70 plus cryptos you can buy. And here's the thing. If you want to start a Roth IRA or just transfer from another account, so you don't have to have fresh money, you can transfer from your 401k or from your Roth IRA, and you get in your Roth, that's the one that I'm like really focused on right now. You get up to $7,000 per year, and that's post-tax money. So you can trade and sell and buy crypto tax-free within that IRA and set your future self up for massive success. Even if just buy Bitcoin and set it and forget it. Guys, it's now is the time to make that plan as well. So when you get into that euphoria, potentially in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in the next couple of months, that you remember to pay out your long-term plan as well. So this is just their page. It's really intuitive and user-friendly. And if you use the code Megan9, you get that $100 funding bonus. And you know, your family's going to be happy that you did so. So I am in the process of funding my account, Stephen as well, our partner on the Hive, and we're gonna fill you in on that and more of the benefits that way. But tax, like optimizing your tax plan, right, is a big part of crypto as well. So I think that's a really interesting piece in itself. So Rob, I don't know if you had any more charts to share. You want to pull that back up?
No, not today.
Okay. Well, that was like so much alpha anyway, guys. There's been so much that we're focusing on. So before I do the takeaways, Raw Food Writer, is there a minimum amount to start Roth? Yeah. So you need to fund your account with a minimum of $1,000, but you can pull that out of your existing IRA, or you can pull that out of convert it from your 401k. So you don't have to have fresh capital to do it. And you get to trade up to, you can even trade the meme coin craze, which is kind of crazy. So 70 cryptos. And it's really cool.
Huh?
Yeah, 401k9. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So the takeaway for all of you guys who pulled up late, don't fade this. You got to rewind and look at everything we talked about today. The 1 day 9 and the 1 hour 9 for some of the setups, but the 1 day 9 setup that Rob has talked about, that is starting to play out in a lot of setups in Discord. It's 401k9. Is that what you called it? I keep forgetting what it is.
Dog money. Yeah, I call it 401k9.
401k9, meaning that the dog meme coins are starting to take off, and we might see those all run together, which is Floki, Doge, and Bonk.
Bonk, yeah. Right? We'll look from smaller cap ones as well too. There's some smaller.
Like
this
is called Wish dogs. As well.
Yeah, we'll look for some more that's on the exchange. But basically, right now, Elon Musk started. That's another bull signal. Possibly is Elon Musk tweeting that stuff, or maybe end of bull market, but the most explosive part of the bull market.
Right. No, absolutely.
He knows when to tweet things at the right time.
And it might be a top signal, but it's not yet. It's just the beginning of that the ninth inning. Guys, show up tomorrow. Pull up because we're going to talk about that.
A lot of people said they say top signals are coming in, but that doesn't mean it doesn't stop moving right at that signal. It means like, hey, that means be ready to take profits, but don't take them right now. Like
it means like wake up, big moves. Yeah,
whenever
wake
you
up, big
portfolio, you go, whoa, what just happened? That's whenever you want to go to your spouse, or you want to call your friends, like, dude, I'm making all this money. You start doing stuff like that. There's nobody doing that right now. So that's whenever you start doing stuff like that is whenever you want to start paying yourself and getting money to the sidelines to buy the bear market dips or start shorting. But then, no, you don't want to start shorting during that time because you're just going to get wrecked because your stop's going to be too tight, or there's going to get liquidated because it's still euphoria. You got to wait for your signal still. But
right. But for right now, big moves, maybe imminent. Get ready. Rob's posting all the setups there. We've got the new moon coming today. We could have a couple of weeks of chop and consolidation. Don't let it shake you out. Things are looking very bullish, and that's just the message of today until proven otherwise. We've got all of this confluence that Rob went over in the channel. Do go back and rewatch that because it'll help you come up with your own thesis and your own analysis. And you can pair that with everything else that you're thinking, right? So it's just good to add to your toolbox. And Raw Food Writer 1K is not bad to get a crypto IRA started. Especially since you can roll that out of one of your existing accounts, and you get to trade within that account. I mean, I'm super excited about it. I'm going to max mine out at $7K per year that you get post-tax dollars tax-free within that account. So then you'll get the $100 from them and $100 from us to trade and get your feet wet, and it's just a great deal. So we want to incentivize you as much as possible to go ahead and take that leap because it's something amazing for wealth optimization in life. And also all of these skills and things that everything that Rob is giving you, all the alpha free here. Guys, we appreciate you being here. Do smash the like and share the stream, and we're going to continue on Discord now. So it's been an incredible Tuesday, and we'll be back again same same time tomorrow to talk about the Bitcoin infamous ninth inning that Rob's going to explain. So yeah, we're excited for that, and hang tight because tomorrow is going to be spectacular, and we hope you have an amazing rest of the day.
Have a good evening.